Before Pakistan was born in 1947, the land was part of British India. The people living here used the same money as the rest of the subcontinent. These coins were issued under the authority of the British monarch. The ruler's portrait was a common feature on one side of the coin. For example, coins from this period often showed the face of King George V, or King George VI. This was a clear symbol of British rule. These coins told everyone who was in power. The money in people's pockets was a daily reminder of the British Empire's presence and control over their lives and their economy. The coins of British India came in various denominations. The main unit was the rupee. One rupee was divided into 16 annas. Each anna was further divided into 4 pice, and each pice into 3 pies. This system was not based on tens, like the decimal system we use today. It was a more traditional system that had been used for a long time. People used coins like the 1/4 anna, 1/2 anna, 1 anna, 2 annas, 4 annas, 8 annas, and the 1 rupee coin. These coins were made from different metals, including bronze for the smaller values and nickel or silver for the larger ones. The designs on these coins were very specific. The side with the monarch's head is called the obverse. The other side, the reverse, usually showed the value of the coin and the year it was made. The value was often written in several languages, including English, Urdu, Bengali, and Nagari. This was done so that people from different parts of the vast Indian subcontinent could read and understand the coin's worth. The designs were simple but effective. They clearly stated the coin's value and its connection to the British Crown, serving as a uniform currency across a diverse land. When the movement for independence grew stronger, these coins became a symbol of foreign rule for many. The desire for a new nation also included the desire for a new currency. People wanted money that represented their own identity, culture, and sovereignty. The coins of British India, with their portraits of distant kings and queens, were part of an old order. The creation of Pakistan would mean the creation of new coins. These new coins would tell a new story, the story of a free and independent nation, starting a fresh chapter in its long and rich history. After Pakistan gained independence on August 14, 1947, it faced many challenges. One of the most urgent tasks was to create its own currency. For the first few months, Pakistan continued to use British Indian coins. However, these were stamped with a special mark to show they were now for use in Pakistan. This was only a temporary solution. The country needed its own distinct coins. So, in 1948, Pakistan issued its very first series of coins. This was a moment of great national pride. It was a clear sign that Pakistan was a sovereign nation with its own economic system. These first coins followed the old Indian system of measurement. The rupee was still the main unit, and it was divided into 16 annas. The denominations issued were Media Group, lineup of 1948 Pakistani coins in different sizes and shapes. Stock distribute equally. 1 pice, 1/2 anna, 1 anna, 2 annas, 1/4 rupee, 1/2 rupee, and 1 rupee. The metals used were carefully chosen. The 1 pice coin was made of bronze. The 1/2 anna, 1 anna, and 2 annas coins were made of nickel brass. The higher value coins, the 1/4, 1/2, and 1 rupee, were made of pure nickel. This choice of metals was practical and helped people easily distinguish between the different values. What was truly special about these coins was their design. Instead of a foreign king's portrait, the coins featured symbols that represented Pakistan's new identity. The most prominent design was the crescent moon and a 5-pointed star. This is a powerful symbol in Islam and is also the central feature of Pakistan's national flag. Below this symbol, the coins often featured a beautiful floral wreath made of jasmine flowers, the national flower of Pakistan. The designs were created by the famous artist Abdur Rahman Chugtai, and they beautifully captured the spirit of the new country. On the reverse side, the coins showed the value and the year of minting. The words, Government of Pakistan, were written in English. The value of the coin was written in Urdu, the national language. This use of both English and Urdu was important. It showed Pakistan's connection to the modern world, while also celebrating its own linguistic heritage. These first coins were not just pieces of metal for buying goods. They were emblems of freedom. They were carried in the pockets of every Pakistani, a constant and tangible reminder of their hard-won independence and their hopes for a prosperous future. A major change in Pakistan's coinage history occurred in 1961. The country decided to move away from the old rupee anna system. It adopted the decimal system, which is used by most countries around the world. This was a significant step towards modernizing the economy. In the new system, the rupee was divided into 100 equal parts. The new smaller unit was called the paisa. This change meant that all the old coins had to be replaced with new ones. The transition was a big undertaking, requiring a public awareness campaign so that everyone could understand the new money. The new decimal coins were introduced with new denominations. The government issued coins of 1 paisa, 2 paisa, 5 paisa, and 10 paisa. Later, 25 paisa and 50 paisa coins were also introduced. The designs of these coins were simple and functional. They continued to feature the crescent moon and star, which had become the standard symbol of the state. The reverse side clearly showed the coin's value in numerals. The name of the country was written in Urdu as Hukumat-e-Pakistan, meaning Government of Pakistan, and the value was written in both Urdu and Bengali, recognizing the two official languages of the state at that time. This period also saw the introduction of Pakistan's first commemorative coins. A commemorative coin is a special coin issued to celebrate an important event or honor a significant person. In 1965, Pakistan issued a special coin to mark the second anniversary of the Islamic Summit Conference held in Lahore. This was a big event for Pakistan and the Muslim world. The coin was a way to remember this moment of unity and leadership. These early commemorative coins were not meant for everyday use. They were aimed at collectors and were a way for the nation to document its own history and achievements. The switch to decimal currency was a success. It made financial calculations much simpler and aligned Pakistan's economy with international standards. The new paisa coins quickly became a part of daily life for everyone. The materials used for these coins were mostly bronze for the lowest values and copper-nickel for the higher paisa denominations. This era represented a period of stability and modernization for Pakistan. The coins from the 1960s tell a story of a young nation confidently stepping onto the world stage, reforming its systems, and starting to celebrate its own unique journey. The year 1971 was a pivotal and difficult moment in Pakistan's history. The eastern wing of the country, East Pakistan, became the independent nation of Bangladesh. This event had a profound impact on the country's psyche, politics, and even its currency. Before 1971, coin inscriptions were in both Urdu and Bengali to represent both parts of the country. After the separation, this was no longer necessary. The coins minted from 1972 onwards were redesigned to reflect the new reality. The Bengali script was removed, and the inscriptions were now primarily in Urdu and English, a change that was visible on every new coin. The government introduced a new series of coins starting in 1974. The designs were updated to present a new image of the nation. While the crescent and star remained a central feature, other national symbols were given more prominence. The new 5 and 10 paisa coins, for example, featured a simple, modern design. The 50 paisa coin introduced a new design showing a farmer harvesting wheat, symbolizing the importance of agriculture to Pakistan's economy. This was part of a Food for All program promoted by the government at the time, and the coin served as a small piece of propaganda for this national goal. Another important change was the introduction of a new 1 rupee coin. For many years, the 1 rupee existed mostly as a paper note. A new, smaller 1 rupee coin was introduced in 1979. This coin was made of copper-nickel and was very popular for everyday transactions. It featured the Badshahi Mosque in Lahore on one side, one of Pakistan's most iconic architectural landmarks. This was a significant shift, as it was one of the first times a major monument was depicted on a regular circulating coin, connecting the currency directly to the nation's rich cultural and historical heritage. During this period, the lower value coins like the 1, 2, and 5 paisa began to lose their value due to inflation. Over time, they were used less and less, and their production was eventually stopped. the focus shifted to higher value coins like the 50 paisa and the new one, rupee coin. The coins of the 1970s and 1980s represent a period of re-evaluation and consolidation for Pakistan. They reflect a nation forging a new path, emphasizing its agricultural base, Islamic heritage, and cultural landmarks as it moved forward from the crisis of 1971. While Pakistan issued its first commemorative coin in the 1960s, it was from 1976 onwards that this practice became much more common and significant. These special coins were issued to mark important national anniversaries, honor key figures, and celebrate significant events. They served as a metal archive of the nation's history, highlighting moments of pride and remembrance. One of the most important early series was issued in 1976 to honor the 100th birth anniversary of the founder of the nation, Quaid-i-Azam Muhammad Ali Jinnah. These coins, issued in different metals, including gold and silver, were highly sought after by collectors. These commemorative coins often featured portraits of important national leaders. Besides Muhammad Ali Jinnah, coins were issued to honor Allama Iqbal, the national poet, and Liaquat Ali Khan, the first prime minister. For example, in 1977, coins were minted to celebrate the 100th birth anniversary of Allama Iqbal. These coins carried his portrait, allowing a new generation to become familiar with the face of the man whose poetry inspired the Pakistan movement. Issuing coins with portraits was a major design change, as regular circulating coins in Pakistan traditionally avoided depicting human faces. Events of national and international importance were also a popular theme. Coins were issued to celebrate the 25th anniversary of Pakistan's independence in 1972, the Islamic Summit of 1974, and various anniversaries of the state's founding. Sporting events were also celebrated, such as Pakistan's victory in the Cricket World Cup in 1992. A special coin was minted to commemorate this historic win, capturing the joy and pride of the nation. These coins connected people's daily lives with moments of national achievement, turning a simple piece of currency into a souvenir of a shared happy memory. These coins were typically issued in limited quantities and were often made of precious metals like silver or gold, especially in the earlier years. This made them valuable not just for their historical significance but also for their material worth. They were usually not intended for general circulation but were sold to collectors and the public through banks. The tradition of issuing commemorative coins continues to this day. It is a way for the State Bank of Pakistan to engage with the public, educate them about their history, and create lasting tributes to the people and events that have shaped the nation. The 1990s was a decade of significant economic change in Pakistan, and this was clearly reflected in its coinage. Rising inflation meant that the cost of producing the smaller paisa coins became more than their actual face value. As a result, the government decided to phase them out. Coins with denominations of 5, 10, 25, and 50 paisa, which had been common for decades, were gradually withdrawn from circulation. The paisa, which had been introduced with the decimal system in 1961, was now becoming obsolete. The rupee became the lowest unit of currency in practical, everyday use. To replace the discontinued paisa coins and the low-value banknotes, the government introduced a new set of higher denomination coins. In 1998, a new 2 rupee coin was introduced. This coin was larger than the 1 rupee coin and had a distinctive shape with 12 sides, making it easy to identify by touch. It featured the Badshahi Mosque, similar to the 1 rupee coin. The introduction of this coin was a direct response to inflation, as the purchasing power of the 1 rupee had decreased, and a higher value coin was needed for small transactions. Another major development was the change in the metals used for coins. For a long time, coins had been made of copper, nickel, or bronze. However, the rising prices of these metals made coinage expensive. To save costs, the State Bank of Pakistan began experimenting with cheaper alternatives. Aluminum became the metal of choice for the 1 and 2 rupee coins. These new aluminum coins were much lighter than the older copper-nickel ones. While this move was economically sensible, many people did not like the new coins, feeling they were too light and felt cheap compared to the heavier coins they were used to. Towards the end of the decade and into the early 2000s, this trend continued with the introduction of even higher value coins. A 5 rupee coin was introduced in 2002. This was a significant step, as the 5 rupee denomination had always been a banknote. Turning it into a coin showed how much currency values had changed over time. These new coins of the 1990s and early 2000s tell a clear story of economic pressures. The disappearance of the paisa and the introduction of higher value coins made of cheaper metals are a direct reflection of the inflationary challenges the country was facing. The 21st century saw further evolution in Pakistan's circulating coins, driven by economic needs and a desire for modernization. The trend of replacing low-denomination banknotes with coins continued. In 2015, a new 5 rupee coin was introduced. It was smaller and lighter than the previous version and made of an aluminum copper-nickel alloy, giving it a golden color. This change was made to reduce production costs. An even more significant change came in 2016 with the introduction of a 10 rupee coin. This was the first time a coin of this value was put into general circulation, replacing the 10 rupee banknote which had been in use for decades. The design of the 10 rupee coin was particularly notable. Its reverse side features the magnificent Faisal Mosque in Islamabad, one of the most famous and modern landmarks in the country. This choice of design continues the tradition of featuring important national and Islamic architectural sites on Pakistan's coins. The obverse side shows the crescent and star with the name of the country in Urdu. The coin has a distinct look with a serrated edge, making it easily distinguishable from other coins. Today, the coins most commonly used in Pakistan are the 1, 2, 5, and 10 rupee coins. Commemorative coins also continued to be an important part of Pakistan's numismatic story in the new millennium. The state bank has issued coins to mark a wide range of occasions. For example, special coins were issued to celebrate the 150th anniversary of the founding of Lahore High Court in 2017, and to honor humanitarian figures like Dr. Ruth Pao, who dedicated her life to fighting leprosy in Pakistan. A notable commemorative 50 rupee coin was issued in 2018 to mark the 550th birth anniversary of Guru Nanak, the founder of Sikhism, recognizing the importance of the Kartarpur corridor and interfaith harmony. The coins in circulation today tell us a lot about the current state of Pakistan's economy. The absence of paisa coins and the presence of a 10 rupee coin show the long-term effects of inflation. The shift to lighter and cheaper metals like aluminum and brass reflects the government's need to manage production costs. These modern coins are a practical part of everyday life, from buying a small snack to giving change in a local market. They are the latest chapter in a long story, a story that began with the heavy nickel coins of 1948 and has now evolved into the lightweight brass coins of today. The designs on Pakistani coins are rich with meaning and symbolism, telling a story about the nation's identity and values. One of the most consistent features on almost every coin since 1948 is the crescent moon and star. This symbol is taken directly from the national flag and represents Pakistan's Islamic heritage and its guiding principles of progress and light. It is usually the central element on the obverse side of the coin, the side that represents the state. Below it, you can often find a floral wreath of jasmine, the national flower, which symbolizes purity and peace. Architectural monuments play a key role in the iconography of Pakistani coins, especially on higher denominations. These are not just buildings, they are powerful symbols of Pakistan's history, culture, and faith. The 1 rupee coin has often featured the Badshahi Mosque of Lahore, a grand structure from the Mughal era. The new 10 rupee coin proudly displays the modern Faisal Mosque of Islamabad. The Khyber Pass, a historic gateway to the subcontinent, has also been depicted. By placing these landmarks on its currency, Pakistan celebrates its rich past and its modern achievements, connecting the people to their shared heritage. The languages used on the coins are also very significant. From the very beginning, Pakistan's coins have featured inscriptions in both Urdu and English. Urdu, as the national language, is used for the country's name, Islami Jamhuriya-e-Pakistan, that is, the Islamic Republic of Pakistan, and for writing the value in words. English is used for the value in numerals and sometimes for the country's name, reflecting Pakistan's colonial history and its place in the international community. For a period between 1948 and 1971, Bengali was also included, showing the linguistic diversity of the state at that time. The script is a window into the official languages and political realities of each era. The materials used to make the coins have also changed over time, often reflecting the economic conditions of the country. The first coins were made of bronze, nickel brass, and pure nickel, which were sturdy and had a satisfying weight. As the cost of these metals increased, the mint shifted to more affordable options. Copper nickel became common, and more recently, aluminum and brass have been used for the 1, 2, 5, and 10 rupee coins. This journey from heavy nickel to lightweight aluminum tells a story of economic pragmatism and the need to adapt to changing global metal prices. For coin collectors, or numismatists, certain Pakistani coins are highly prized for their rarity, historical importance, or unique features. Among the most sought-after coins are those from the very first series issued in 1948. A complete, uncirculated set from that year is a collector's dream. The 1 rupee coin from 1948, made of pure nickel and featuring the original crescent and wreath design, is particularly valuable. Finding one in pristine condition is very difficult, as most were heavily used in daily commerce. These coins represent the birth of the nation, making them historically significant. Another area of interest for collectors is error coins. An error coin is one that was minted with a mistake. This could be a misstrike, where the design is off-center, or a mule coin, which is a rare hybrid made with the obverse die of one coin and the reverse die of another. For instance, there are known examples of coins from the 1960s, where the dies were misaligned, creating a slightly distorted image. These mistakes were not supposed to leave the mint, so the ones that did are extremely rare and can be very valuable. They offer a unique glimpse into the minting process. Commemorative coins made from precious metals are also at the top of any collector's list. Pakistan has issued several coins in gold and silver to mark special occasions. The gold coins issued in 1976 for the 100th birth anniversary of Muhammad Ali Jinnah are exceptionally valuable, both for their gold content and their historical meaning. Similarly, silver commemorative coins, such as those for the Islamic summit or various national anniversaries, are highly collectible. Their limited mintage numbers mean that there are not many available, which drives up their price in the collector's market. Finally, some regular coins have become rare simply because they were minted in very small quantities or were part of a pattern series that was never approved for full circulation. For example, some coins from the early 1950s had very low mintage numbers for certain years, making them harder to find than their counterparts from other years. The half anna and 2 annas coins from 1953 are known to be scarcer than those from 1948. For a dedicated collector, the thrill is in the hunt for these elusive pieces that complete a collection and tell a small, forgotten part of Pakistan's monetary history.